Hey everybody, good afternoon. This is Chintwa, your happiness specialist, coming to you live from New York. Succeed with ChintwaAlozie.com, helping you redesign your life to fulfill its divine purpose. Welcome to another episode of our coffee shop chat. Today, I'm going to share something with you. The 5 rules to help you overcome frustration and over. What is going on here? All right, so when you come on, let me know where you are living in from. I will give you a shout out. I'd love to know where everybody's tuning in from around the world. It is so amazing to have this medium where you can connect with someone on the other side of the pond, so to speak, while you're, in a different part of the world. So today's topic is the 5 rules to help you overcome frustration and overwhelm. I'm piggybacking on what I heard my brother and friend, Sean Johnson, super duo Sean Johnson, talk about yesterday, in regard to what you should do after you do a solo ad campaign or whatever form of advertising to get the word out about your business. What you do next after you either get results or you don't get results. What you need to do. What he had to share was so on point and profound, because it helps everyone that's involved in any one form of marketing or another. So I wanted to share these 5 rules with you. So bear with me. When you come on, let me know where you are living in from. I will give you a shout out. In the meantime, I am going to share this out to a couple of places. First, my timeline, just to have more people participate with us. So bear with me. I'll be right back. So when you come on, let me know where you're living in from. Also, invite some people, because I think this will be really helpful. I think I've touched on this topic before, but I believe it's worth repeating, because at the end of the day, people still, get overwhelmed. People still get frustrated, either by, doing something and then not getting the results. But sometimes too, we get frustrated, and we haven't done the work. Like someone said a long time ago, that you can't get frustrated from the results of the work you didn't do, right? Don't get frustrated by the results of the work you didn't do. So if you didn't follow the instructions, if you didn't follow the blueprint, and you didn't get the results that you wanted, there's no reason for you to get frustrated, because you didn't do anything, right? Just like, right now we have one of the simplest blueprints, one of the simplest businesses I think you can, do on the planet, if you ask me. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm saying that. Still, a lot of people hesitate. A lot of people still want to know, what's the fine print? What is it that I'm missing? Why is it such a low cost to get started? Is there a trick? Is this a trick, behind it? Maybe someone's trying to scam me out of $1, which is it's kind of sad, really. Because in the meantime, that same person reading so much into it is getting overwhelmed and frustrated because they're not getting the results from the work they didn't do. All right, so what are the 5 rules to help you overcome frustration and overwhelm? I know Sean Johnson touched on this yesterday. He shared it with our tribe, and I wanted to come out here this afternoon and expand on it, because I think these 5 rules, if you remember nothing else on your journey, in your marketing, in whatever business that you're doing, if you understand them, it will help, alleviate a lot of frustration, a lot of overwhelm. It will help you understand that, in spite of everything, that you need to forge on, you need to march on, you need to soldier on, right? Hey, Altman, good to see you. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Yes, we're talking about the 5 rules to help you overcome frustration and overwhelm. All right. Without further ado, And having said that, that's an inside joke. Having said that, we're going to kick it off. So what's the number one rule? The first rule is that not everyone is going to buy from you. I don't care what you do. I don't care how good your program, how good your product is, what life-changing, factors are attached to your product. Not everyone will buy it from you. That's just a fact. Not everyone will buy. I don't care how you dress it. I don't care how well it comes. I don't care what the features are. I don't care what it is supposed to do. It could be the one and only thing that could cure cancer, for example. There will be people skeptical. There will still be people wondering, is someone trying to trick me? Not everyone is going to buy it from you. All right. So that's rule number one. Not everyone is going to buy. Right? Is that making sense? If that made sense to you, if you've experienced that where you started something and everybody didn't buy, drop a one for me and say, true. All right. Number two. What's the number two rule? You cannot make them buy. You can't make them buy, right? Number one is not everyone is going to buy. Number two is you can't make them buy. I don't care what you do. I don't care how persuasive you are. I've come across the most persuasive, sellers in the world. People that they're very fine people. They're honest people, but not everybody buys from them. And no matter what, they can't make everybody buy from them. That's rule number two. So don't get frustrated if no one buys because you can't make them buy. So rule number one and number two. All right. Is this making so far? Are you getting value? All right. So you can't make them buy. Not everyone is going to buy. That's rule number one. You can't make them buy. Right. That's rule number two. Guess what? Rule number three is not everyone is going to join you. Not everyone is going to join. I don't care what you do. I don't care how persuasive you are. I don't care how powerful your opportunity is, because right now we have the simplest and perhaps the best opportunity on the planet. But not everyone is joining. Not everyone is rushing to join. Some people are still, skeptical. Some people are still wondering, what's the compensation plan? Who gives a crap about the compensation plan? Someone asked me that yesterday. What's the compensation plan? And I asked this person, hey, what have you been doing lately? Is there any opportunity that you're doing, currently? You know what the answer was? No. So if you're not doing anything right now, why are you concerned about compensation plan? Right? Am I making sense, or am I, off my rocker? Or if you believe I'm making sense, drop a 2 for me. All right. So rule number one, not everyone is going to buy. Number two, not everyone is going to join. I don't care what you do. Number 4 is you can't make them join. I don't care what you do. They will not join. You can, even if you put a gun to their head, they're not going to join. So let's run through 1 through 4 for you so far. Not everyone is going to buy. Number 2, you can't make them buy. Number 3, not everyone is going to join. Number 4, you can't make them join. I don't care what you do. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how powerful you are. All right. If people are not ready to buy or join, you can't make them. If people are not ready to do any of those things, if their pain is not to the point where they no longer have a choice, where they're acting out of the time is not right for them, they won't do it. Right? No matter how good your opportunity is. Guess what rule number 5 is? I learned this a long time ago, and I never really understood it until, just a few short weeks ago, where I said, this is so simple. This is the holy grail. Why isn't everybody joining? But then I thought, back on those 5 rules and said, you know what? That's why. Guess what rule number 5 is? It is a numbers game. That's it. It is a numbers game, right? You can talk to a gazillion people, but not all gazillion will join or buy. All right. So you have to become consistent. You have to be persistent. You have to persist without exception, right? Have you got value so far in this short video? Did you get value? If you did, just type a yes for me. And if you did, go ahead and share this video, because not everybody knows these 5 rules. I'm telling you, I sent an email to my list this morning sharing the rules with them. The email, right? So, those are just the rules you got to remember. So in your frustration, in your overwhelm, in your maybe anger sometimes because you found this wonderful, amazing opportunity and not everybody's rushing to, tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, show me how to get this started, right? If nobody's doing that right now, remember those 5 rules. Remember those 5 rules because that will help you overcome a lot of frustration, a lot of overwhelm, a lot of questioning yourself, a lot of, pausing and saying, should I be, continue doing this? Remember those 5 rules. I'll go over them again for you. Number 1, not everyone is going to buy. That's number 1. Number 2, you can't make them buy. Number 3, not everyone is going to join. Number 4, you can't make them join. And number 5, it is a numbers game. All right. You have to go through a lot of numbers to get of no's, for example, to get, a lot of yeses. Right. So you have to go through a lot of people themselves before you find the people that want to say, hey, they're going to say, where have you been all my life? I've been waiting, for you to talk to me. I've been waiting to see you. All right. So these rules are very important for you to understand and help you overcome frustration and overwhelm. All right. Hopefully you got value. And if you did, feel free to share the video. Share it with everyone you believe it will be helpful to. All right. Because I want to share it because Sean Johnson talked about that yesterday. Even though this is so simple, like using solo ads, for example. When you use solo ads, I believe solo ads are the fastest way, to generate leads. People that you can, communicate with right away because you paid for those eyes on your deal. And these are people that are looking to either buy or join something. They've come onto your list because you didn't go out and beg them or anything like that. You didn't persuade them. You didn't convince them. They saw your information and they said, hey, I could use this. Hey, this is what I've been looking for. Now they're on your list. So they're yours. You can communicate with them. You can do anything you want with them. You can sell them. You build rapport. You can communicate with them. You can, engage them. You can share value with them, right? The fastest way to do that is solo ads. I know that. That's what I've come to find out. So, but there are other ways you can generate leads, which I believe are equally powerful, but a lot, slower. All right. So if you want to generate fast leads, people that you can talk to right now, people that will come on your list, people that you can engage with, solo ads are the way to go. All right. So hopefully you got value from this. I wanted to drop it, real quickly. It is counterproductive to get so overwhelmed and get frustrated because, maybe the results that we're getting are not coming as fast as we wanted. Maybe we're not getting the number of people that we want to join our business. And then we throw up our hands and say, hey, this doesn't work. But we got to remember, you have to remember that you're dealing with other human beings. And having said that, you want to think about this. How long did it take you to get involved in the business that you're doing right now? How long did it take you before you took action in what you're currently doing? How long did it take you before you said yes? How long did it take you before you decided that, hey, this is what I want to do? This is the vehicle that I want to use to get to my destination, right? When you remember that, then you can understand why these 5 rules are so powerful, why they work, why you can use them to your advantage, why you can use them to apply to your own personal situation, why you can use them to help you forge forward, why you can use them to help you understand that not everyone is going to join, that not everyone is, you can't make them join, not everyone is going to buy, you can't make them buy, right? Number 5, it's a numbers game. As long as you understand those 5 rules, you'll be just fine. Just remain consistent. Just have your daily method of operation going. Just have your goals in front of you. Just have your why in front of you as you move forward. All right. So I appreciate you. If you're seeing this as a replay, I appreciate the time that you've invested in watching this video. I know that your time is valuable. They say that time never replenishes itself, but guess one thing that does replenish itself, it's money. But once you lose time, you never gain it back. So I really appreciate the time that you've invested in watching this video. And if you got one iota of value, go ahead and share the video. Because I know for a fact there are a lot of people that don't know these 5 rules. I learned these probably 10 plus years ago. I know there are a lot of people that don't know about them. All right. And as long as you don't know them, you're going to keep getting overwhelmed and getting frustrated and wondering why things are not working out. But once you understand them, you will know how to use them to help you move forward and improve what you're doing. All right. So hopefully you got value, and I appreciate you being here. Go ahead and share the video. Bless someone with these 5 rules today. All right. If you've not been following me and Facebook hasn't been notifying you that I'm doing live, somewhere in the middle it says there's a notification on or off. Just tap on, and next time Facebook will let you know that I'm doing it live. And also, if you want to know what I'm doing, what I'm involved in right now, what I inferred in this video, reach out to me. I'll share with you how it works, how this dollar franchise has revolutionized everything that I've been doing, for the last 15 plus years. All right. I've never come across something that, I was able to do to get the results that I'm getting. And it's not just me. I know there are people that are crushing it more than I am. There are people that are getting 5 times the results that I'm getting. All right. 10 times the results that I'm getting. All right. People like Keisha Bass, people like Sean Johnson, people like Zach Shahid from Shahidville, people like Queen Esther. Right. These people are crushing it. And just because they made a $1 decision with this $1 franchise. And then a lot of people look at it, they scratch their head and say, what's going on? All right. Stop wondering what's going on and start participating. Because as long as you're standing on the fence and looking in, you don't have a ticket to get in. Right. The only way you're going to get in is to get your ticket. And it costs you $1 to get that ticket, to look at what's inside, to find out what it is that Queen Esther is doing or Keisha Bass is doing. All right. So I wanted to share that with you. If you want to know, if you want to join my team, by all means, send me a private message. I'll share it with you. Or if you want to know what it's about, let me know in the private message or in the comments. All right. I'd be more than happy to share it with you. It's really very simple. All right. You need commitment, you need decision, and you need to close that. Yesterday I had this post said that the distance between where you are and where you're going is, a decision. Okay. It's a decision, your desire, and your vision. All right. So you want to close that distance. You got to make a decision. You got to follow your dream. You got to, just take action to get from where you are to where you want to go. All right. So I appreciate you being here. Until the next live, this is Chintua, your happiness specialist. I'm going to end with this. Remember that everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. So be kind always. And as always, always be loving, beloved. God bless you. I appreciate you. At the risk of repeating myself, I really value your time. I value the time that you've invested in seeing this. Okay. If you got value, go ahead and be a blessing unto others. Share it with anybody else that you might think or you might know that doesn't know these 5 rules that you've learned. So I'm going to say them for you again. If you don't catch them right now, just go ahead and do a replay. Go through the replay. You'll catch them. All right. The first rule is not everyone is going to join. Right. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, you can't make them join. Rule number 3, not everyone is going to buy. All right. Number 4, you can't make them buy. I don't care what you do. All right. Number 5 is it's a numbers game. As long as you understand these rules, because if you're going to play any game, be it football, soccer, basketball, any game at all, tennis or whatever, you need to understand the rules. In this case, the rule of network marketing, business building, affiliate marketing, these 5 rules apply. I don't care what you're doing right now. These 5 rules apply. If you understand these rules, and use them and apply them to your own personal situation, I guarantee you will overcome the overwhelm that you might be experiencing right now. You will feel no frustration whatsoever, because when you take a look and say, hey, am I obeying these rules? If you can honestly say yes, then you can't be frustrated. You can't be overwhelmed. All right. So I just wanted to share that with you, and hopefully it made sense. And if it did, go ahead and share the video. I appreciate the thumbs ups. I appreciate your heart. Let me see who was here. Timothy, good to see you. Damn, who is Otman? I appreciate you, bro. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. Timothy says good stuff. Yeah, you know what? I'm telling you something. Stuff that you learned, you know, even if it's offline, online, no matter how long ago you learned it, fast forward, they still apply because guess what? It's still human beings that are involved in what we're doing. It's still human beings that are trying to change their lives. It's still human beings that are trying to, you know, change their family's future, their family's legacy. So those rules applied 15 years ago, 15 plus years ago when I learned them, they apply today. They're going to apply tomorrow. All right. So hopefully it made sense for you and you can use them. All right. Go ahead and share them. You know, share those rules because, if you understand them, it'll help you overcome a lot of heartache. I'm telling you, because when you spend, say, $200, $300 on advertising, for example, and you don't get any results, you know, you're gonna get ticked off. You're gonna say, "Why did I waste $300 or $200?" Right? If you understand these rules, you won't so much feel that way. You'll know that, hey, you know what? At least I learned something that didn't work. I learned an avenue that didn't work. I learned a tactic that didn't work. I'm going to, you know, change my approach. All right. So hopefully this helped you. If it did, you know what? Just share the video. I would appreciate you. And those you share it with will appreciate you as well. All right. Because they say that sharing is caring. Until the next time.